Hey Internet, Harris here. Pretty much all school year I've been going back and forth between my MacBook Air and my iPad, whether it be an iPad Pro or an Air, the Mini, or the budget model. But I've almost never used both at the same time, or really even had both in my backpack at the same time, because it just felt kind of redundant. The MacBook Air was great for certain online homework and paper writing and more desktop-oriented programs for video or photo or audio editing, which probably most students don't need. But then the iPad I probably used more often, and it was amazing for the tablet and mobile experience for reading documents, PDFs, lectures, annotating documents, things like that. I did a lot of readings for class, so my iPad was awesome for that. But then I usually wouldn't use them together ever, and like I said, didn't really even have them in the same backpack. Until Apple released universal control for macOS 12.3 and iPadOS 15.4. It's really cool, and it completely changes how I use these two devices. And now I pretty much have these in my backpack together all the time, and I can use them together separately, but together, and it's awesome. So universal control is a feature that's supported on pretty much any iPad and Mac of the past 5 or 6 years, which makes it just a really great and, well, universal feature. This basically allows you to share a single mouse and keyboard between your iPad and your Mac. So previously I would have maybe my Magic Keyboard with the iPad with the trackpad. I'd have a keyboard and mouse, and if I was using this next to my Mac, I would have 2 sets of keyboards and 2 sets of cursors or mice. Now with this feature, you can share a single mouse and keyboard. Most likely it's going to be your Mac's keyboard and trackpad, but you can move the cursor back and forth between both devices, so you can keep using them for their separate purposes, but with a unified mouse and keyboard, which makes it amazing because you don't need 2 mice and keyboard anymore, but also just allows you to go back and forth quicker than ever. With full control of each, you can fully type on the iPad using your Mac's keyboard, and you can fully scroll and zoom and do multi-touch gestures using your Mac's trackpad. Now it doesn't stop there. It's not just a cursor and a keyboard that you share, but you can also exchange data. Kind of similar to what you could already do with the universal clipboard. You could copy something on your iPad and paste it on your Mac, or use AirDrop, but this is a little bit quicker. You can drag and drop text, documents, photos, pretty much anything that your iPad can receive or your Mac can receive, you can drag and drop between the 2 devices. Pull up a picture on your iPad, drop it on your Mac, pull up text, copy and paste it between the 2 devices. Now this feature is still in beta, so it's not working perfectly, and I have had some issues and several occasions where it doesn't work. It's hopefully going to be getting better, and sometimes a restart of your Mac or your iPad will solve the glitches that you see. But it's amazing. As soon as you power up your iPad and your Mac, you pretty much instantly get 2 devices that are paired. And this works so seamlessly. Once you set up the settings once, it'll always work, and your iPad doesn't need to be near your Mac. You can have it somewhere far away for whatever reason if you'd want to do that. But when I'm in the library, I can now use both of these devices to their full potentials, but together. And this is the first time I've ever used my Mac and my iPad together like this. I love it. It's really kind of a dream for the student experience. Still pricey, but the good news is that you can do it with a cheaper iPad as well. You don't need the iPad Pro, and you don't need the most expensive Mac either. You can use the cheapest MacBook Air for this, or a device from a couple years ago. So that is universal control for the Mac and iPad. It takes 2 devices that I almost never use together, and it gives me a really good reason to use them together and have a really great on-the-go workstation like I really never did before. So this can turn any iPad into basically a really functional mini laptop next to your existing Mac. If you already have these 2 devices, this is a wonderful software update. But if you don't, I think it gives another reason why these 2 devices work well together, and now better than ever. So let me know your thoughts with universal control on the iPad and the Mac. If you have any comments, leave this down below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit the like button if you enjoyed this tip, and I'll see you in the next video.